is tight. Who will rise in the heat of the night? The finish line's near, we're on the edge. Who's taking the crown? Who's falling off the ledge? Mudflies, engines scream. White knuckle drivers chase their dream. Hearts pounding, loud and roar. Bob calls it all with a thunderous roar. So thank you again for tuning in tight. BobbethTV, where we live the fight. The engines may cool, but the legend will grow. Till next time, welcome back to the show. Engines prime, the lights go low. The crowd is roaring, time to go. Thank you for joining.
All right, BobbethTV is live. You know what that means. We've got another episode of Mud Mule TV coming your way. Let me just make sure the TV race sound is working fine. There we go. Let's get over to our live screen. And we've got dirt track racing coming your way today, courtesy of Knuckleheadz iRacing League. We have the Reece Monument Dirt Street stocks up first here at the dirt track at Charlotte, Concord, USA. Then we're off to Fairbury for the KP Plumbing Services UMP Modifieds. Alright, let's see, where are we? It's got about 5 minutes left in practice. Managed to go a little bit live a bit earlier than I would normally go live. But Dawson Potter, currently our quick time 17.911. Wayne Bridges 17.938, 17.950 for Chris Standridge. Got about 10 drivers registered for today's race. But like I say, still 5 minutes in practice. Still got a bit of qualifying at time. We are aware of a couple of absences. But love, thoughts and prayers out to the football family. Just with some stuff that they're dealing with. Chad not able to make it tonight. We just, you're in our thoughts, brother. You're in our thoughts. We're back to my breakfast packet. That's hot. Alright, enjoy practice. We'll have a couple of bites on my brekkie practice. I'm going to enjoy brekkie. You enjoy practice. And I'll be back in a few minutes. right. Not sure why that was muted on the screen, but it was. Moving in now. A couple of minutes left before we move on over to qualifying. Dawson Potter did have quick time 17.911, but Chris Standridge and Brett Vanderwood able to get some late times in there. While I thought that track might have moved on from that, but 17.896 and 17.806. So still a bit of speed on that track. Oh, coffee, that's hot. So everything's so hot this morning, so fresh, and normally it takes ages to be delivered. JJ Martinez in the chat. I'm hiding in Travis's car. That might be why he's back in that the back half of the field there. Just that extra unknown. No. How you going, JJ? Miss you, buddy. So Jonathan Foxworth, Chris Standridge, Alan Hunt, Brett Vanderwood, all out there pretty quickly. Jonathan Foxworth. Just 10 cars today. Small field, unusually small field, but life has been happening. Dirt track at Charlotte, one of my favourite tracks to race on. Quite a racy track. A lot of room to really do whatever you want. It does sort of rely on where the track is at times, but you're not sort of stuck on that low line or high line. You can sort of run it a little bit more freely. Nish says, I haven't raced since the last time with you. Can I come back yet? Dude, if it was up to me, wouldn't even be a question. Standard 17.782 is our quick time. 17.946 and 17.949 second and third, but the 17.944 Dawson Potter. Those 9.4s are pretty close. Travis will have to sell me my wheel back. Chris Standridge, my anniversary tonight, Bob. Are we talking iRacing or when we met? Or no, I assume you mean with your beautiful wife. Congratulations, Chris. Happy anniversary. Dedicate this one to her and win it. Looks like all 10 cars have qualified. We're going to get this one going very soon. I wager that it might run through to 5 minutes. No, as soon as I say that, they push the qualifying through. I was going to say maybe give guys some time to stretch their legs, late joiners, but nope. We are going to jump on straight over to our first lot of heat races. James Stratton, thanks for the like, brother. Appreciate you. Right, let's get to the grid for heat one. It's going to be a 5-car heat. 2 heats here tonight. Inside line. to be decided first. Inside starting line for our feature. Outside line will be the second heat. Chris Standridge and Dawson Potter. I really messed that up. Chris Standridge and Dawson Potter on that front row. Jonathan Foxworth and Mike Davis will be on that second row. Third row is going to be Mikey Mixter. Good luck out there, Dawson. I can see there, Chris. It's got my face a little bit more prominent on that 22 machine on the front row there. He's realised that the more he displays my face, my details, the better he seems to do in the races. So he's just started popping me all over the place. Hopefully it helps out. Right, here we go. Heat 1, 6 laps. The dirt track at Charlotte. This is the Reece Monument Dirt Street Stocks for the Knuckleheadz iRacing League. We've got 3 days of racing to come. This is day 1. 2 races here today. The Reece Monument Dirt Street Stocks, the KP Plumbing UMP Modifieds. Tomorrow it will be the Wayne's World Arse Series as well as the Shula Racing Series. They're going to wrap up the racing week with the Motorworks National Limited late models. A little bit of contact there between the 13 and the 99. Mikey Mixter and Mike Davis. A little bit of a mic check back there. Excuse me, Dawson staying high there. Trying to build some momentum. He might actually do it with 6 laps. That rubber band looks like it's winding up. Chris Standridge staying down low. Also getting the run out of 4 there as well with 3 to go. This is going to be a very interesting finish. I don't think Chris realises what's happening on the external side there. Dawson Potter still a feature start here tonight in Heat 1. He's got that nose ahead coming into the first and second turns. Oh, a little bit of contact there. A bit of a blink also for, that looks like Jonathan Foxworth, who's going to move up into second on the outside as well. 2 laps to go. 1.5, actually 1. Here is the white flag lap. And now Dawson Potter, Jonathan Foxworth, a little bit of contact as Dawson moves himself back up to second. Chris Standridge still our race leader though. The B-Main Bandit might steal one here. Pushes Dawson Potter all the way back to third from second. He does. What a heat race. All right, official results. We know Mikey Mixter finished in 5th. Plumbing Modifieds, Mike Davis in 4th. KHR's very own Dawson Potter in 3rd. The B-Main Bandit, Jonathan Foxworth in 2nd. But scoring the feature start here tonight. Pole position, Chris Standridge for Outcast Racing. The grid for Heat 2, outside line. Travis McDonald and Alan Hunt on that front row. Wayne Bridges and Brett Vanwood, second row. Tim L. Brown will be on that third and final row. Right, let's go. Brett Van Wood, Yoda Outlaws teammate Brett Van Wood on that third row outside pole. Second row, sorry, outside pole. As the outside line it gets decided. Lap 2 of 6. Alan Hunt, Travis McDonald, Wayne Bridges, Brett Vanderwood, Tim L. Brown. We saw another blink there. Looks like a few cars having some connection issues this morning. Right, coming around at 3 and 4 for that second last time. Alan Hunt still that race leader. Travis McDonald, Wayne Bridges, 1, 2, and 3. Brett Vanderwood and Tim L. Brown. Yeah, 5-car field. This checkered flag. Alan Hunt will line up on that front row with Chris Standridge. Oh, what does that say on his back? That's the car. Go back, go back, go back, go back, go back. Oh, we missed it. Damn it. Right, let's get to our results, though. We can do those. In 5th place, it will be Tim L. Brown, Yoda Outlaws, Brett Vanderwood in 4th. Wayne Bridges, pardon me, 3rd. Travis McDonald and JJ Martinez in 2nd. No, Travis McDonald in 2nd. Alan Hunt in 1st. Let's get to the grid. For our first of 2 feature races here tonight. Knuckleheadz iRacing League's Reece Monument Dirt Street Stocks at the dirt track at Charlotte. Chris Standridge and Alan Hunt on that front row. Jonathan Foxworth and Travis McDonald 2nd row. Dawson Potter and Wayne Bridges 3rd row. Mike Davis and Brett Vanderwood on that 4th row. 5th row is going to be Mikey Mixter and Tim L. Brown. I don't think you really need to pull out there, Mikey. You're at the rear of the field already. Ten cars, 35 laps, a lot of track to manage. So this one's going to be pretty good, actually. Mikey Mixter, Travis McDonald gone to the rear of field. So Christian Allen Hunt front row, Jonathan Fox with Wayne Bridges 2nd, Dawson Potter and Brett Vanderwood 3rd, Tim L. Brown and Mike Davis 4th, Mikey Mixter, Travis McDonald on that 5th and final row as we get our race underway. they're settling in. Looks like Chris has moved up to that high line. Alan Hunt's going to take over that low line run that Chris was exhibiting in the heats. Get settled in for some racing action. Still one more main event to come after this one. We've still got the just bashed my elbow, that hurts, and I can't swear and go angry and stuff because I'm live on air. Oh. Oh man, Brock, a lot less carnage in this compared to officials. I'd already be lapped by now. Dirt track in Charlotte, great track. We've got Chris Downridge, Alan Hunt, Jonathan Foxworth, Dawson Potter. There's Wayne Bridges in 5th. Back 5, Mikey Mixter, Travis McDonald, Brent Vanderwood, Mike Davis, Tim L. Brown. Walker in the Twitch chat. You can catch him Sunday nights, part of the Aussie Sim Racing League's Gen 3 V8 Supercars. Actually had some pretty good runs last night. I think he had a 3rd in Heat 3. In Heat 1, the first race. And then both you and Ash did quite well. And I apologise. I remember, I know you obviously Jake's in the crew, and I forget that, so I don't remember where he was because I didn't, yeah. Bloody calling me out on that. Poor Brock. Poor Jake, sorry. Jake boy. Dawson Potter, he is really trying to take on the 3rd place Jonathan Foxworth, while up the front Alan Hunt and Chris Downridge battled out for 1st and 2nd. But behind Dawson, you've got Wayne Bridges in 5th, really trying to put the pressure on, but then you've got another 3 cars just behind them. It's Mikey Mixter, Travis McDonald, Brett Vanderwood, Mike Davis, Tim L. Brown, not that far behind either. Pack here from 3rd back is pretty intently battling. You can see what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Like that's 7 cars battling for 3rd. It's 7th there. Oh, actually 9th like that. I can't count apparently. Almost halfway into this battle already. This one's going to be a quick one. Sunday evenings US, Monday morning Australian. Usually the quick race. The dirt street stock's fairly competitive, and then the UMP is just as competitive. John Foxworth still having a bit of a blink concern there. Looks like he is reappearing where he should expect to be, as they're 3 wide there for a second for 3rd, 4th and 5th. Josh Axton in the chat, mate. Facebook, hey mate, you racing or just commenting? Just calling the commentary, my friend. Just got the easy seat. Sit here and watch it and just call it as it happens. Otherwise, I would be calling it from 11th spot, I reckon, with these boys. Appreciate you checking in. Even beat the Shrub God this morning, Shrub Lord. Actually, Shrub God on Twitch. Yeah, hard to keep up with all our names. Standard still our race leader. Alan Hunt 2nd. Jonathan Foxworth in that top 3 position. 4th and 5th, Mikey Mix from Wayne Bridges. That back 5, Travis McDonald, Brett Vanderwood, Dawson Potter, Mike Davis, Tim L. Brown. This race has got about 17 laps to go, so still not over yet. I did get my racing sim set back up, and I have been back out on the track. Not doing too bad in some divisions, like the road, some of the smaller road course stuff. I've enjoyed some wins, but there's a 90 gig update for it that I do my broadcasting on my main PC, and I've got my racing laptop for my sim rig. And so yeah, so I've updated it on my main PC. I'm just going to transfer it over to the laptop now, so I can get back to racing again, so that I can possibly race these guys and offer some competition. See up the front there, Chris Standridge and Alan Hunt just breaking away from that pack. That's 1-2 cars. We'll try and get up there and have a look at that battle. The cameras will cooperate. It's not cold enough. I can actually drink it now. Cool enough. No, it does not want to get up to leaders. We'll just manually jump up there then. Lap 23 of 35. Looks like Alan Hunt trying to get that nose. We do know that if you can get that nose between the car and the wall, you will have the outside line run out of the exit to the start finish line. So that is the advantage point you want to go for. But Chris blocking it well. Looks like Alan Hunt's going to come in low this time. Chris is going to have the high line, but he's got that forward momentum. He is going fine there. So we get to lap 25 and 35, almost 10 remain. Chris might be right with that strategy. The more faces of 90 he puts on his car, the faster it is going. Oh, that's right. I want to see what was on the rear of Alan's car. I always say, whenever I say Alan Hunt's name, I do a bit of a Primus doggerel hunt before I say hunt. Fire chase, we want the second car, Bob. I do stupid shit, dog on the hunt. Let's try and get a little bit closer. Do not follow me, I do stupid shit. Dog on the hunt. That is great. Yeah, for some reason the system's got Wayne Bridges scored as the leader for some reason, even though the leaderboard doesn't. The telemetry camera work scores him as the leader. Well, Chris getting very wide there. It looks like it's allowed Jonathan Foxworth, the B-Main Bandit, to creep up on them as well. New competitor has arrived. So I wonder, we see there's a few ways this could go. One of the more common ways is that the front two are going to come into contact like that. They're going to come unstuck. The B-Main Bandit is going to run on past them on that low line and take this race lead with about 5 or 6 to go if they're not careful. But like Josh says, what a battle this is. We had some amazing battles last night with the V8 Supercars for the Aussie Sim Racing League as well. So it looks like that momentum carrying through to the dirt street stocks. Well ahead of schedule on these as well. Like Alan Hunt fallen back to third there. Jonathan Foxworth moves himself up to second, but gets a bit loose coming into 1 and 2 there. That might give Alan a bit of a run on the high line, which looks like it has. Not troubling Chris Standridge at this stage. Those two battling for second and third behind him. You know, the very first thing I'm going to bring up with Chris is my faces. You know that's the part that's going to be the I'm glad you get the talk of the interview. Why can I not say congratulations but congratulatory? There we go. 2 laps to go. Jonathan Foxworth still having a bit of a blinking issue. Hasn't affected the race in any way, which is good. So we get to our second last lap. Conclusion, white flag is out. Jonathan. Alan Hunt is in a position where if he can get to 3 and 4 quickly and keep it smooth, he can build that much. A little too high, unfortunately, Alan, I think there, as Chris is going to come racing out of 4 and race his way to that start finish line, get the checkered flag. That's our first of 2 features done and dusted already. That was a quick one here tonight. Only a 10-minute race. We're, 35 minutes into the broadcast. And we're already at our feature results for race 1. All right, Tim L. Brown finished in 10th. Mike Davis, Mo Digging Mafia in 9th. Yoda Outlaws, Brett Vanderwood finished 8th. K. Charles' very own Dawson Potter in 7th. Wayne Bridges in 6th and Travis McDonald 5th. Mikey Mixer 4th. The B-Main Bandit, Jonathan Foxworth, finished in 3rd. 2nd, Alan Hunt, and Chris Standridge. Our cast racing is our racing a winner. So let's jump over to the interview booth. We'll go have a chat with Chris. Before we get ready for our next race. All right, we'll just wait for Chris to jump down into the booth. I'll have a sip of my coffee before he does, but he does, so I'm going to have my coffee anyway, and he can just wait. All right. Congratulations, Chris. Now, before we get into the race, I was going to do this introduction a little bit differently, but I mentioned the update. I mentioned how it was a massive update, and I had to get it on both my broadcasting rig and my laptop for my sim rig, so I haven't been able to get back onto the racing track just yet. But you messaged me something. You had a revelation about your racing, and I feel like it paid off again tonight. Can you just tell the audience what that revelation was? And yeah, we saw I think 3, 4, unless you had any on the inside. And yeah, look, Alan Hunt, Jonathan Foxworth. I imagine their next cars are going to have my face plastered all over them because that was a battle. Alan Hunt looked like it was going to be just you two battling up the front for that race, and Alan really testing that outside line. You were really sort of forced to make that car as wide as you possibly could, and sometimes you couldn't make it as wide as you wanted it, so you had to get it a little bit more angled than you wanted. You really had to pull all of the tricks out of the book. But then Jonathan Foxworth, he was able to sort of sneak up on you guys and get that nose in for a bit of a battle as well. But it ended up being a 2nd and 3rd place battle, leaving you to sort of run that one home and get across the line by just over 300ths of a second. But talk us through it. Charlotte, I love Charlotte. I think it's a great track. You can really open up the car there. Is it a track you normally do well on? Is it one you're expecting to do well coming into tonight? Oh,
Yeah, I feel like I'm fast on it, but it usually feels like when I start making a move up to the top, I just, get into it with somebody and have to go to the back and start all over again. So I felt like it was a good night to just try to start at the front and get at the front and stay up there.
that definitely was. It's one of those things that we talk about it where if any of you guys get that opportunity, you really let it slip. Race speed, such a similar speed here that you can have other guys up there challenging. We see Wayne, Travis, Dawson, the Yoda Outlaws boys. Not all of them here today. It really does come down to that qualifying run and not always the way you want it to go. So. Securing that Heat 1 win, obviously, usually follow the leader, but even Heat 1 tonight was a challenge. You didn't have it in the bag straight away. It was something that you really had to fight for. And once again, that's just sort of a testament to the very little difference between skill sets here on the track with the drivers. It's always pretty competitive. We're not going to watch this race away yet, but we've got the UMP mods coming up next, and we know it's going to be another similar thing where you're one of the guys I always often say is going to do good in that. But once again, it comes down to that qualifying. If you can qualify in the first half of the field, then makes it a little bit easier. Back half, you are on the back foot for a lot of that race, and it can put a bit of pressure on. Speaking of, one of the things I did consider, and I'm wondering if you considered it. So when you and Alan were breaking away and battling for a bit there, and Alan was really giving you a bit of a test, like I say, it allowed Jonathan Foxworth to sneak up on you guys and battle as well. It did look like that there might have been there was a little bit of door-to-door action. You guys got a little bit closer than I'm assuming you would have liked. Was there any concern there that basically, you guys were going to sort of come unglued with how hard you were racing each other and Jonathan was just going to be able to sort of sneak past? Was there anything you sort of did to sort of minimize that, or was it just whatever happens, happens?
Yeah, just whatever happens, happens. Alan gave me some bumps to let me know he was there, and I mean, he didn't have to. I knew he was there. It seemed like every turn his car would just get bigger and bigger in the mirror there. So I don't know what he was doing that I wasn't doing, but it was like every turn he'd just catch right back up on me. And then I saw Foxworth's nose appear underneath my car there. I'm like, oh, I better get down. So it was a lot of luck. There are 3 or 4 guys out there who were faster than I was tonight. Definitely, I just had some luck.
Well, I mean, in saying that, there was so quick time was 18:03. Second quickest was 18:05, but 2 drivers managed to score an 18:03 best lap time, and that was Mikey Mixter in 4th and yourself in 1st. The 18:05 was Jonathan Foxworth, Alan Hunt 18:08. So yeah, look, you're less than a tenth. It was literally hundredths of a second difference, and as we saw on that finish with you racing towards racing Alan Hunt to the start finish line, you only beat him by 300ths of a second anyway, which is basically that maximum gap between sort of first fast, the quickest time on the track, and say the 4th or 5th quickest time. So it just shows you how close that race speed is, how similar you guys. There's only so many ways you can run a fast lap, and I think you guys have sort of figured out all those tricks together. Now, Alan Hunt in the chat as well. Hell of a race, Chris. Nice win, and that's the sort of stuff we see. It's like I say, testament to the field that it's all left on the track, and the props, the bragging rights, they're welcomed. So congratulations, man. Now, speaking of obviously UMPs, I did mention that off to Fairbury next. Traditionally, for me, more of a late model style track. How do you think we'll go with the late models? Do you think most of the guys will transfer over? We'll have sort of similar numbers. We usually get a couple of extras jump on.
I don't know.
A few of the guys that sort of leave aren't here tonight, so I think like we do enjoy good car counts, but I do enjoy these sorts of races as well because it just allows everyone to really head down, bum up, and really sort of just go for it. And allows me to highlight you guys a little bit easier when I don't have twice as many cars on the track to worry about. Look, we've still got we're well ahead of schedule. We've still got about 10-15 minutes before the UMP Modifieds even open. No replays. I can't go back and sort of highlight any of the crashes or anything that you guys did, so that's no good. Look, you've got 15 minutes, man. Go stretch your legs. Go get a drink. I'm sure the boss lady, the crew chief, will have a few things she'd like you to do before you get back on the track. So, look, we'll let you go do that. Before we do, though, the most important part of any win is the friends, family, and a sponsor thanks. So, who do you need to give a shout out to, my man?
Oh, big shout out to the wife. It's the anniversary. So,
oh yes, congratulations! You did say that anniversary.
Yeah, we did. We went out earlier and did some stuff. So tonight I get to race a little bit. So if it hadn't been a Sunday, I probably wouldn't. But it's good. So
she knows she would have only got 14 for murder, right? I love that saying. That is the most romantic saying ever. Sorry, continue.
No, that's it. Just thanks for the shout out to the league. I mean, everybody's good racing. It's a lot of fun. So yeah.
No, definitely is, and you make some mates for life. Just don't tell Chris I said that. All right, my man. Good to talk to you. Have you back in the booth anytime we can. Obviously, that is completely in your control. Look, I feel like the UMPs are your next chance, though, so we may talk to you again soon, see if you can get back to back for the Sunday night.
I got to start back, so I don't have Fairbury. So, yeah, it's going to need a miracle here.
All right, well, we'll see how we go, but look, we've seen it happen, and if there are any drivers that can do it, Chris, you're not one. No.
No, I agree.
For those listening at home, Chris and I are mates. This is not me being unprofessional. He will. I'll be in the middle of a serious talk, and this guy will email me the worst jokes and get me to crack up on air. So this is just payback.
Well, and he's halfway around the world. I can't do anything about it anyway.
That's it. Best part of the world as well. All right, my man. I'll let you go. You have a great rest of your night. If we can talk again soon, I will have you back in the booth. But if not, man, we look forward to watching you race and doing your best out there.
All right, have a good one.
Congratulations. Good luck. All right, that was Chris Standridge, our first winner here of the night. We're just going to get rid of the spam in our Twitch chat. There we go. Later, Deckish. All right, what are we going to do? We've got 15 minutes of air to fill. And I don't know what. I know. Let's run the Schuler Racing Series video just because I love it so much. Yeah, that's up tomorrow. So let's cut to that for a little bit. I'll take a short break. We'll be back soon. That's not the one. Let's try that again. Let's go sources. I don't think I've made one. I thought I made one. Media. I think it's this one.
Race fans, welcome to the Schiller Racing Series, where horsepower meets heart and legends are made under the lights. First off, a huge special thanks to the boys at Knuckleheadz for putting this series together, and to Team DWR Dirt Warrior Racing for stepping up as our proud sponsor. Without either of them, this whole show wouldn't be possible. And remember, every lap, every slide job, every door-to-door battle you're about to witness will be called by the one, the only Bob with BobbethTV, the magician with the mic, the voice from the land down under, bringing you every ounce of the action! But before we drop the green, tonight, we remember the man behind the name, the man whose hands turned wrenches like an artist, whose heartbeat with the sound of roaring engines. Phil Schuler, this series is for you! May you forever soar above the dirt tracks, riding with the warriors you built for, the racers you believed in, and the sport you loved with everything you had! Race fans, the stage is set, the engines are rumbling, the dirt is ready to fly! This is the Schuler Racing Series, and it's go time! For the sound of thunder and wheels, fuel in his veins, dirt under his heels. Phil Schuler built more than steel and chrome. He built a legacy drivers call home. White knuckle rides on a Saturday night, slide jobs flying under stadium lights. Every boat, every weld, every part he made, built for the brave who ain't afraid. This is the Schuler Racing Series, where legends are born and dreams ain't easy. He gave it all for the fearless few, for the ones who drive like they got nothing to lose. Dirt's flying, engines crying, hearts beating loud, feels riding with them in every lap now. It's more than a race, it's a tribute to flame, and we carry it all in the Schuler name. From the garage to the checkered line, he poured in love, he gave it time. Not just a car, it was a warrior shield, built for battle on that red clay field. Safety first for the bold and the fast, to make sure every driver makes it back. He was the heart, the soul, the spark. Now his legacy races through the dark. This is the Schuler Racing Series, where legends are born and dreams ain't easy. He gave it all for the fearless few, for the ones who drive like they got nothing to lose. Dirt's flying, engines crying, hearts beating loud, feels riding with them in every lap now. It's more than a race, it's a tribute to flame, and we carry it on in the Schuler name. Presented by Knuckleheadz, we fly that flag. Dirt Warrior Racing's got our backs in the pack. BobbethTV brings the heat to the screen. It's the wildest show this dirt's ever seen. This is the Schuler Race fans, welcome to the Schiller Racing Series, where horsepower meets heart and legends are made under the lights. First off, a huge special thanks to the boys at Knuckleheadz for putting this series together, and to Team DWR Dirt Warrior Racing for stepping up as our proud sponsor. Without either of them, this whole show wouldn't be possible. And remember, every lap, every slide job, every door-to-door battle you're about to witness will be called by the one, the only Bob with BobbethTV, the magician with the mic, the voice from the land down under, bringing you every ounce of the action! But before we drop the green, tonight, we remember the man behind the name, the man whose hands turned wrenches like an artist, whose heart beat with the sound of roaring engines, Phil Schuler. This series is for you. May you forever soar above the dirt tracks, riding with the warriors you built for, the racers you believed in, and the sport you loved with everything you had. Race fans, the stage is set, the engines are rumbling, the dirt is ready to fly. This is the Schuler Racing Series, and it's go time! For the sound of thunder and wheels, fuel in his veins, dirt under his heels. Phil Schuler built more than steel and chrome. He built a legacy drivers call home. White knuckle rides on a Saturday night, slide jobs flying under stadium lights. Every boat, every weld, every part he made, built for the brave who ain't afraid. This is the Schuler Racing Series, where legends are born and dreams ain't easy. He gave it all for the fearless few, for the ones who drive like they got nothing to lose. Dirt's flying, engines crying, hearts beating loud, feels riding with them in every lap now. It's more than a race, it's a tribute to flame, and we carry it on in the Schuler name. From the garage to the checkered line, he poured in love, he gave it time. Not just a car, it was a warrior shield, built for battle on that red clay field. Safety first for the bold and the fast, to make sure every driver makes it back. He was the heart, the soul, the spark. Now his legacy races through the dark. This is the Schuler Racing Series, where legends are born and dreams ain't easy. He gave it all for the fearless few, for the ones who drive like they got nothing to lose. Dirt's flying, engines crying, hearts beating loud, feels riding with them in every lap now. It's more than a race, it's a tribute to flame, and we carry it on in the Schuler name. Presented by Knuckleheadz, we fly that flag. Dirt Warrior Racing's got our backs in the pack. BobbethTV brings the heat to the screen. It's the wildest show this dirt's ever seen. This is the Schuler Racing Series. It's about love, grit, and white knuckle fury. From pit to podium, it's all for Phil. His passion and drive are racing still. Dirt's flying, tires grinding, we light up the track with Phil in our hearts. We ain't ever looking back. This is more than a race, it's a legend in flame, and we'll ride till the end in the Schuler name. Yeah, we ride every turn, every fight, fulfill under the lights. Race fans, Welcome to the Schiller Racing Series, where horsepower meets heart and legends are made under the lights. First off, a huge special thanks to the boys at Knuckleheadz for putting this series together, and to Team DWR Dirt Warrior Racing for stepping up as our proud sponsor. Without either of them, this whole show wouldn't be possible. And remember, every lap, every slide job, every door-to-door battle you're about to witness will be called by the one, the only Bob with BobbethTV, the magician with the mic, the voice from the land down under, bringing you every ounce of the action! But before we drop the green, tonight, we remember the man behind the name, the man whose hands turned wrenches like an artist, whose heart beat with the sound of roaring engines. Phil Schuler, this series is for you! May you forever soar above the dirt tracks, riding with the warriors you built for, the racers you believed in, and the sport you loved with everything you had! Race fans, the stage is set, the engines are rumbling, the dirt is ready to fly! This is the Schuler Racing Series, and it's go time! For the sound of thunder and wheels, fuel in his veins, dirt under his heels. Phil Schuler built more than steel and chrome. He built a legacy drivers call home. White knuckle rides on a Saturday night, slide jobs flying under stadium lights. Every boat, every weld, every part he made, built for the brave who ain't afraid. This is the Schuler Racing Series, where legends are born and dreams ain't easy. He gave it all for the fearless few, for the ones who drive like they got nothing to lose. Dirt's flying, engines crying, hearts beating loud, feels riding with them in every lap now. It's more than a race, it's a tribute to flame, and we carry it on in the Schuler name. From the garage to the checkered line, he poured in love, he gave it time. Not just a car, it was a warrior shield, built for battle on that red clay field. Safety first for the bold and the fast, to make sure every driver makes it back. He was the heart, the soul, the spark. Now his legacy races through the dark. This is the Schuler Racing Series, where legends are born and dreams ain't easy. He gave it all for the fearless few, for the ones who drive like they got nothing to lose. Dirt's flying, engines crying, hearts beating loud, feels riding with them in every lap now. It's more than a race, it's a tribute to flame, and we carry it on in the Schuler name. Presented by Knuckleheadz, we fly that flag. Dirt Warrior Racing's got our backs in the pack. BobbethTV brings the heat to the screen. It's the wildest show this dirt's ever seen. This is the Schuler Racing Series. It's about love, grit, and white knuckle fury. From pit to podium, it's all fulfilled. His passion and drive are racing still. Dirt's flying, tires grinding, we light up the track. With Phil in our hearts, we ain't ever looking back. This is more than a race, it's a legend in flame, and we'll ride till the end in the Schuler name. Yeah, we ride every turn, every fight. For Phil, under the lights.
We're still. Oh, I haven't got my
Fans, Welcome to the Schiller Race.
All right, we're still about 10 minutes. Background. So it seems like I hate hearing my own voice, so it's checking something out on the screen.
Thank you for joining the spotlights aglow. Welcome to the show, BobbethTV. Let's roll. Bob on the mic, the voice of
yes,
the
we've still
night.
got
Under fierce floodlights.
all right, so we've still got about 10 minutes. Well, 5 minutes before the session opens, so 10 to finish before the race actually gets on our screens. I normally have a little bit extra content, or the guys take longer than they usually took tonight. Josh Axton, you sing the national anthem, Bob? No, mate, no. I leave the professional talent and stuff to the actor talent on those ones. But yeah, look, who knows? Maybe I'll spend some time in the lessons. Never know. Might get out there and get a hand on the test. Thomas Dennis, we had a few chats while we were waiting as well. Thomas Dennis just stopped in to give you the thumbs up, brother. Thanks you, my man. Appreciate you. Your thoughts and prayers also with Chad Football in his time at the moment with the health issues with the in-law. We are deeply thinking of you, Chad, and yeah, hope everything goes well. For the best it can go.
There goes Von Mead, ripping through the bend. Tom Land, the Terminator, pushing to the end.
That's everything ready to go. We just need to find content really.
McLean and Jackson climbing higher and higher. Travis still chasing Poudaba, but Chad's on fire. Mud flies, engines scream. White knuckle drivers chase their dream. Hearts pounding loud and roar. Bob calls it all with a thunderous roar. Steel and speed, the battle is tight. Who will rise in the heat of the night? The finish line's near, we're on the edge. Who's taking the crown? Who's falling off the ledge? Mud flies, engines scream. White knuckle drivers chase their dream. Hearts pounding loud and roar. Bob calls it all with a thunderous roar. So thank you again for tuning in tight. BobbethTV, where we live the fight. The engines may cool, but the legend will grow. Till next time, welcome back to the show. Engines prime, the lights go low. The crowd is roaring, time to go. Thank you for joining the spotlights aglow. Welcome to the show, BobbethTV. Let's roll. Bob on the mic, the voice of the night, calling every lap under fierce floodlights. Mud flies, engines scream. White knuckle drivers chase their dream. Hearts pounding loud and roar. Bob calls it all with a thunderous roar. There goes Von Mead, speed, the battle is tight. Who will rise in the heat of the night? The finish line's near, we're on the edge. Who's taking the crown, who's falling off the ledge? Mud flies, engines scream, white knuckle drivers chase their dream. Hearts pounding, loud and roar, Bob calls it all with a thunderous roar. So thank you again for tuning in tight. BobbethTV, where we live the fight. The engines may cool, but the legend will grow. Till next time, welcome back to the show.
All right, we've got our second session up and going, so you know what that means. Another run for Mud Mule TV coming your way. This time we've moved from Concord, USA over to Fairbury, USA. The Knuckleheadz iRacing League's KP Plumbing UMP Modifieds have moved on over to Fairbury Speedway. See there, the fast qualified bonus award sponsored by Cook someone. Tried to be always natural with that one, but it disappeared before I could finish the saying, and I didn't see the business name properly. You idiot, Bob. All right, we're going to get down to the track for our race practice. Get some times on the board there. Looks like we've got another 10 drivers, 11 actually for this one. Yeah, it should be a good run. Let's get some cameras working. All right, with just a couple of minutes left in practice, 11 and a half minutes in, 15 minutes total. Jonathan Foxworth currently our quick time in practice here at Fairbury Speedway in the UMP Modifieds 12.228. Travis McDonald 12.356 and Brett Vanderwood 12.359. Mikey Mixter and Dawson Potter fourth and fifth, the quickest. And then we've got Kent McLean, Alan Hunt, Chris Dandridge, Mike Davis, Wayne Bridges, and Tim L. Brown. Let's see how many of these times and positions qualify. Transfer over to qualifying. Just a few minutes. We'll get to some heat race action and our final feature for the day. Back again, same time tomorrow, Wayne's World Arse Racing Series, as well as the Schuler Racing Series. Asphalt, street stocks, and wingless sprint varieties. Wrapping up the racing a week on Tuesday night American, Wednesday morning Australian with the Motorwear International Limited late models. All right, just a minute or so remaining as the boys run out the last of this practice session. Kent McLean. I was just trying to work out who the extra driver is that was picked up from the street stocks earlier this morning. 10 drivers in that competition, 11 in this one. And it is Kent McLean. There we go. Practice wrapped up in style. Brian Angel Sr. in the chat. Good luck, everyone. That is very true. 11 drivers. Only one can win the feature race. Two of them will be able to win the heat races. That's what we're here for, though. Victory lane here at Fairbury Speedway. Looks like Jonathan Foxworth, B-Main Bandit's going to get out on the track first. There's Kent McLean, the KP Plumbing Services car. Of course, he would be out here on the track. Alan Hunt, Mike Davis as well, it looks like. Alright, while they're qualifying, I'm just going to go quickly refill my drink. I won't be a second. halfway through our qualifying, less than a minute 32 to go. Ken McLean is our quick time with a 12.533. Considerably up against the 12.706 of Wayne Bridges for Brett Vanderwood, 12.634 right in the middle part there. 12.754 for Jonathan Foxworth and 12.755 for Mikey Mixted. Mike Davis, Chris Sanders, Dawson Potter, Travis McDonald, Alan Hunt, and Timor Brown round out the remainder of that field. A lot of times they're close to their opponents, but overall there's more than 0.4 of a second difference between first and 11th. Ken McLean 12.533 down the other end of that spectrum, 12.970 for Tim L. Brown. As we move qualifying along, we're going to get straight to our heat races. Same deal as before with the street stocks. We'll have 2 heat races. One will decide the inside starting line. Second heat will decide at the outside starting line order. Let us know in the chat who you've got. We don't have any static cams on this one either. No, okay. All right, Kent McLean, Wayne Bridges on that front row. Mikey Mixer and Chris Sanders will be on that second row. Behind them will be Travis McDonald and Tim L. Brown on that third and final row. Good luck, everyone. I can see a couple of my faces on the 22 machine. Let's see how that helps Chris, but I don't think there's many as he had in the street stock, so it might not be as helpful. We'll have to wait and see. So he's got a picture of me on the back of the car there in my swimsuit. Right, off we go, and a racing. Ken McLean after a good start. Wayne Bridges up high. Mikey Mixer and Chris Standridge battling it out, but it looks like Chris dropping back a few spots there. Travis is going to move up as they battle for 4th and 5th. Mel Brown has that 6th slot. He's in a bit of trouble trying to get past Wayne Bridges there. Got caught on the outside, up into the wall. He's back in 5th. Wayne's going to move himself up into 3rd though. Travis McDonald's going to battle him down low. Mikey Mixter getting quite the angle on that car through the turns. He's washing off a little bit of speed, but looks like the guy's avoiding him for the most part. Needs just to keep it a little bit more straighter, and he will be fine. But first heat, so could potentially just be follow the leader as we get to the white flag lap. And he might not have any concerns as he's only got one more turn to get through to keep Wayne Bridges behind him. Travis McDonald below him though, that was close. As, looks like Wayne Bridges managed to get to the line just before Mikey Mixter there. Let's get to our Heat 1 results and have an official look. Scored in 6th, Tim L. Brown. Outcast Racing's Chris Standridge in 5th. He will need to go to the rear field for this race, so it doesn't really matter where he finishes. Chris Standridge, Travis McDonald in 4th, Mikey Mixter 3rd, Wayne Bridges in 2nd, but Kent McLean, Van Motorsports driver, our winner of Heat 1 and our feature start. Heat 2 is going to be Brett Vanderwood and Jonathan Foxworth on the front row. Mike Davis and Dawson Potter 2nd row. Alan Hunt will be on that 3rd and final row. Our last heat race for the night. right, here we go. Our final heat race of the day. KB Plumbing UMP Modifieds. To Brett Vanderwood, Jonathan Foxworth, Dawson Potter, Mike Davis, Alan Hunt. This is for the outside pole starting position in our feature race. A little bit of a slip up there. Brett Vanderwood's the race leader. Alan Hunt is going to move up into second. Jonathan Foxworth third, Dawson Potter fourth, fifth. Mike Davis so far. Flag and lap into 3 and 4 for the last time. Brett Vanderwood is going to secure that front row start. Dawson trying to take out Alan Hunt there at the end, but misses. Heat 2's results coming up on our screen. In 5th place, it is Mo Digging Mafia's Mike Davis. In 4th, the B-Main Bandit, Jonathan Foxworth. KHR's very own Dawson Potter in 3rd. Alan Hunt 2nd. But Yoda Outlaws, Brett Vanderwood gets the Heat 2 win. That's going to put him on that front row. Nice job, Brent, says Brian Angel Sr. in the chat. Could not agree more, my man. Let's see what he can do up the front. He's going to start there alongside Kent McLean. Behind them on that second row is going to be Wayne Bridges and Alan Hunt. Third row is going to be Mikey Mixter and Dawson Potter. Fourth row will be Travis McDonald and Jonathan Foxworth. Fifth row will actually be Tim Brown and Mike Davis. Chris Standridge will be going to the rear of the field for this start. There's Brent, just a quick pop in via YouTube. Thanks, nerve-wracking. Good luck out there, man. Oh, it looks like Kent McLean also going to the rear of the field. So it looks like Christopher Wynn, Case Kent for points. That's going to promote Wayne Bridges into our race lead. He'll be our race starter alongside Brent Vanderwood. So Mikey Mixter, Alan Hunt behind them. Travis McDonald, Dawson Potter, row 3. Row 4, Jonathan Foxworth, Mike Davis, Tim O'Brien, Chris Denver, row 5. Row 6 by himself, Kent McLean. All right, here we go. 30 laps, Fairbury Speedway. This is the KB Plumbing Services UMP Modifieds feature race. Got the 92 of Wayne Bridges. Got a little bit wide there. A couple of cars had to try and avoid him and have fallen back down the field. That's brought out our first caution before the completion of that first lap. It looked like Dawson Potter might have copped the worst of it. Telemetry really not sort of showing what happened. I'll see if there's anyone that sort of dropped. There was a couple that dropped straight down the field. That might give us a bit of an idea on who it was, but it doesn't. No, it's not giving me sort of a clue on that. Pace Truck getting ready to leave the track. The boys will come through the backstretch into 3 and 4 and get this race started or restarted. They're lined up: Wayne Bridges, Mikey Mixter, Alan Hunt, Travis McDonald, Jonathan Foxworth, Mike Davis, Tim Brown, and Dawson Potter, Chris Anderson, Ken McLean, Brett Vanderwood are back there. Oh, no, it looks like they've set it one more time around the track. So this is the starting time now. We'll come out of 4. It is on Wayne Bridges. He can fire or wait for the green flag and the light and then go. He has decided to wait. That has given Mikey Mixter a bit of a jump there, as well as Travis McDonald. Alan Hunt had to check up, as did Jonathan Foxworth, I believe that is. A little bit of contact there by Jonathan Foxworth and Alan Hunt. That's going to bring out our second caution just as quick as we got that race started. Looks like we're going to get this one going very soon. At 4 of 30 back underway as we get the green flag race under racing conditions. Travis McDonald, what a run on the inside there. Looked like he was going to just race that car up into the race lead there. Wayne Bridges in that mid part of the track. He's going to hold on to the lead though with Mikey Mixter right up high. Oh, no contact between Wayne Bridges as he got that car very angled. Alan Hunt, Dawson Potter also caught up in that one. Get this one to line back up. I wonder if we'll go one more double wide at restart. Looks like we will be. Travis McDonald, Mike Davis on the front row. Chris Anderson, Dawson Potter second. Third, Tim Brown and Brett Vanderwood. Fourth, Jonathan Foxworth, Ken McLean, Wayne Bridges, Mikey Mixter on that fifth row. Sixth row is Alan Hunt as we go for lap 5 of 30. No, we don't. There has been a big crash. Looks like Tim Brown part of that as well. It's a bit of froze on my screen. Nope, there we go, we're back. Caution does breed caution. Having a little trouble getting these guys up to speed here. All right, off we go and racing. This time it does look like a single file restart. Travis McDonald, Mike Davis, Chris Sanders, Dawson Potter, Jonathan Fox is 5. Wayne Bridges, Mikey Mixter, Alan Hunt, Tim L. Brown, Brett Vanderwood, Kent McLean, the 6 to 11. As we get lap 7 of 30 underway. Starting to jump around the track, have a bit of a look at what else is going on. We'll see if we can catch these crashes as they happen. Looks like that is no 12.919. Brett Vanderwood, quick time there. Not sure what happened with Brent. It looks like he dropped back a little bit on the track map. He's battling Kent McLean for 9th and 10th. Third of the way in, 10 of 30, 20 more laps still to come. This is the Knuckleheadz iRacing League, Sunday night US, Monday morning Australian night of racing action. We started off with the Reece Monument Dirt Street Stocks. We're going to finish off tonight with the KP Plumbing Services UMP Modifieds. Just saw Jonathan Foxworth and another car come into contact with each other, but fortunately able to keep their cars straight and correct them and keep it going. So no yellow flag as we approach the halfway mark of this race. We're 13 in, still 17 more to go. 99 to 29 door to door there. The 29 comes down into the 13 of Mikey Mixter. Looks like Mike Mad Dog Davis. There's a little bit of an accordion through there. They're all keeping it going, with the exception, I think, there of Mike Davis maybe into the wall. No, it's Jonathan Fox with B-Mate Bandit. It's going to try and get that car over to the pits. He has ripped that steering arm to pieces. The latest caution has come out. All right, single file restart. Travis McDonald, Chris Sanders, Dawson Potter, Michael Mixter, Wayne Bridges, Alan Hunt, Kent McLean, Brent Vanderwood, Tim L. Brown, Jonathan Foxworth, and Mike Davis. As we get lap 15, the first half of this feature race, just about over. 15 more laps to come as they race down the start-finish line into 1 and 2. Chris Sanders just gets that nose around the rear of Travis McDonald beautifully there. Thought there was going to be some contact, but he trusts the vehicle and carried that speed beautifully into first place there. As we get this race under green flag racing conditions, 18 laps in now, a couple of laps into this run. Single file has seemed to have gotten the race speed back. Like I say, I'm pretty sure I only saw the one face on Chris's race car, so put himself behind the 8 ball there. It needs at least 2 or 3 for it to be faster than the other cars. It's my beautiful face that will give you a speed boost. Oh my gosh! Mikey Mixter eats the wall in the background there. Coming out of 4 and just absolutely murdered the outside wall. Has towed that car to the pits. right, another single file restart. This one's going to be Chris Standridge. Let's see, Travis McDonald, Dawson Potter, Kent McLean, Alan Hunt, Brent Vanderwood, Jonathan Foxworth, Tim L. Brown, Wayne Bridges, Mike Davis. Mikey Mixter still in the pits, and we do see Jonathan Foxworth, Wayne Bridges, Mike Davis all with black flags. So not sure how that will be treated. But lap 22 of 30 currently underway. File restarts definitely seem to have been the better option, getting these guys back up to green flag racing speed quickly. Chris Standridge, Travis McDonald at Dawson Potter for 1.3, Kent McLean, Alan Hunt 4th, Vanderwood, Jonathan Foxworth, Wayne Bridges, Tim L. Brown, Mike Davis, Mikey Mixter 6 to 11 as we come into the final 5 laps of our racing action here tonight. The night is just about wrapped up. Had a lot of racing action, but it can't go on forever. So 5 remain. No, it was Ken McLean that went to the back with Chris. He's currently 4th. Chris, our race leader. Oh, I saw another one of my faces there. I feel like he does have enough, obviously, because he is our race leader. He does have just one more lap to go after this one. Can he hold on? White flag lap. It looks like he's got a decent little lead there over Travis. So I feel like we're about to talk to Chris again. There it is. Back-to-back victories for Chris Standridge. What a night. His wedding anniversary. He's running my face on his car lots. An absolute winning combo for him. 15-minute feature race there. Done and dusted. A few cautions at the start, but we got there. All right, in 11th, Mikey Mixter finishing in 10th. Tim L. Brown, Modding Mafias. Mike Davis finished 9th. We had Brett Vanderwood for Yoda Outlaws in 8th. 7th, Wayne Bridges. The B-Main Bandit, Jonathan Foxworth in 6th. Our top 5, Alan Hunt, Kent McLean from Band Motorsports in 4th, technically correct still. KHR's very own Dawson Potter managed a 3rd place finish. 2nd, Travis McDonald. But back-to-back victories here tonight for Chris Standridge and Outcast Racing. Let's get those deets back up on our screen again for him. And we'll get over to the interview channel. Brian Angel Sr. in the chat. Nice job, Chris. Could not agree more. Absolute superb run by this man here tonight. All right. Nobody likes to show off, Chris. Come on now. No, well done, man. There we go. Look, we called it out at the end of the previous race. And look, said it was possible. You had the doubts you were going to the rear of field, but slightly cautious first half of the race allowed you to sort of pick your spots and then put on a bit of a show there with Travis McDonald. But are you pitching yourself anniversary, back-to-back victories, my face plastered all over your car? It's got to be good to be you right now.
I don't know how I did that. I really don't. It was just luck. It was like every time I'd avoid the wrecks and just somehow managed up at the front before we really got going. And then I thought for sure I was going to squeeze around Travis there. I thought for sure I was going to take us both out, but I just fit it in there and got lucky.
That moment, that is the moment. I tried to pick. There's so many first back and forth, passing each other for first relative sort of moments where it's a little hard to isolate that exact moment. But yeah, I watched you come around that turn and I'm thinking, oh my God, they're going to clean each other up here. And I don't know if it was the netcode gods, if it was just like literally, an A4 piece of paper width apart. But but yeah, that car, you put the faith in it. It stuck. It held the speed. There was no contact, and you just raced out of that exit. I imagine Travis would have been pushing his pedal down, going, "Have I got the foot to the floor?" Or like it would have felt a bit bad for him. But no, that is. We've said it a lot. Drivers would rather be lucky than good, and that's definitely one of those moments where you'd rather do that with luck than, you know, have made that happen yourself, if you know what I mean. Like the pressure that would put on you to try and have to control, and you know, purposely attempt at that close is just crazy. But no, the racing was really good in both divisions tonight. Very, very competitive. This one just took a little bit while. I think the single file restarts. Once we get to those single file restarts, I feel like it doesn't take the other car out of the race, but it certainly allows you guys to get up to speed a bit quicker.
Definitely, yep.
Now, let's see. So two really good racy tracks. So Fairbury, some people do have a bit of trouble. The infield tyres can prove a bit of a concern, but I feel like it's one of those tracks that a lot of us have raced on enough now. It's sort of, you've only got yourself to blame really if you do, get down that low and get amongst it. Were there any issues tonight where you sort of thought to yourself, "Whoops, I might have stepped on a little bit there"?
No, I mean, it was really fun. Like, I mean, I was worried about when I saw, because we were here like last week in the street stocks, and it was only one lane, and you just had to get lucky to be in the right spot at the right time. But a couple laps before I did pass Travis, I was down on the bottom, and we were side by side, and I knew I was faster up top, but I couldn't get around him that way, so I kept trying to go on the bottom, and I just didn't have anything. So when they had that restart, I figured, why not? Let's just stay up here and hope he makes a mistake. And it just got, like I said, I just got kind of lucky, but it was good racing. I mean, I think Kent moved right up through the field on the bottom, so I think it was there if you wanted it.
Yeah. And I think it was one of the restarts, might have been the start. Travis had a good run on the inside line as well, and it looked like it did look like it was going to be tough to build that momentum on the high line with the inside line being so quick. But I think the other issue there was because there's a couple of different ways you can run the cars. For me, with the UMPs, I prefer to try and keep them a bit straighter through the turns. I don't like getting them loose because I can't hold it. I can't let it grip. And we saw a few guys who needed to go a little bit wider with their car than they would have liked. And that does wash off a bit of extra speed, causing some of that contact, things like that. So, yeah, it would have been tough. Making sure you had the right real estate, making sure the car was set the right angle and not too much being the order of the day. I know I definitely would have had trouble with that if I was out on the track. So certainly not calling out any drivers, but no, you guys make it look a lot more easier from this seat than it actually is, and I know that because I've raced with you guys in the past. So no, it's always fun to watch these battles play out, but not have to worry about being a part of it. My knuckles are still the same color they were at the start of the race, and I've was able to breathe. Things like that, all those sort of issues that you guys face out there on the track. Tomorrow we've got the Wayne's World R Series and the Shula Racing Series. So the R Series, the Asphalt Street Stocks, will be heading. Where are we heading tomorrow? Lanier for the Asphalt Street Stocks, and then the Shula Racing Series will be at I-55 with the non-wing 410s. So if we thought the UMPs were a little bit of a mayhem, the non-wing 410s tomorrow at I-55, I think that is going to be the hardest combo for the racing week. How do you feel you'll go with that?
I think I told you last week, I either win or come in at the back. So
there's no middle ground with you. No middle ground. But,
but it'll be a good race either way. That Lanier is always good in any car. I imagine in these things, it'll be really fun.
Look, I mean, you validated that concern about having pictures of my face on your car, making it faster. So, look, I feel.
Yeah, I've decided every time I win, I'm just going to put another one of your faces on. I actually went in before this race and added your face to the nose of the car. So now I'm gonna have to go put another one on, I guess.
That's it. And just keep adding them on, and the boys will soon catch wind and start doing the same. And soon we'll just have a fleet of my faces on the track. I can't wait to see that. That's gonna be awesome. It's good. I do see a lot of my logos and stuff like that on a lot of the cars. So jokes aside, there is a lot of support out there, which is great. But look, whatever gets you going. Mike Davis, he's been running my face on the roof of his car since I came along, I think. So, whatever works, I will certainly stand for. All right, my man. Look, we heard about them before. We can never hear about them too much or enough. But friends, family, sponsors, who do you want to give a shout out for these back-to-back victories here tonight?
Oh, it's all my wife. Let me tell you, this woman is the luckiest woman I know. I mean, and not because that sounds here. No, I mean, like, she's the kind of woman who goes in, buys the lottery ticket, wins $500. I mean, she's always had this amazing luck, and I guess it just rubbed up on me tonight.
She just shared it with you. Well, yeah, once you get married, you take everything for goodness and sickness and health, including DNA, luck, all of that. So yeah, no, that's look, if she can share you a little bit of that, that would be good. But what do you reckon the chances of her getting on behind the wheel? Do you reckon we'll ever see her on the track?
We were just talking about it last night because Mikey put his girlfriend on Mount Washington, and we were laughing at because I put my wife behind an SR8 at Talladega, and she did not like it at all.
Well, you said
She's so nice, and she's so worried about accidentally bumping somebody or getting in somebody's way or something like that. So,
I'm just going to pull over and let these nice guys pass, and then yeah.
Right, I know. The whole time she was like, "I might be in the way. I need to move over." Like, no, honey, it's okay. Stay there.
That's what
it's
you're
called
supposed
drafting.
to do.
It's all right.
No, hopefully, look, it's a joke, but no, look, with the Mud Mule name, where that originally sort of came along, we had sort of started off as a kids and daughters sort of league, so a safe place for them to join in, and girlfriends and wives and stuff started racing, and I'm pretty proud of what we made of that competition. I know that I know a lot of people boast about their leagues being the biggest and things like that, but when you look at, like, if you Google search certain things and things like that, there was a husband that raced with us, was a friend of one of the drivers, and his wife came and raced the race just as a joke, and loved it so much they brought her a racing sim for Mother's Day, and she now runs, we'll say, one of the biggest Canadian NASCAR racing leagues in iRacing, like I forget what it's called, but because it has been a little while since we've spoken, but yeah, it was it's amazing to watch someone just sort of go, oh, that looks interesting, do you mind if I have a go, to literally going, I want to see him, to running one of the biggest NASCAR sort of hosted leagues there is around. It's cool that we get to experience this and share it with our loved ones, and sometimes they get that bug as well, so who knows.
Yep, definitely. Yep.
All right, my man. Look, congratulations. Back-to-back victories. We've had you in the booth all night. It's been a while since we've had back-to-back victories for anyone here at Knuckleheadz.
Yeah, long time.
So, congratulations.
Won't happen again anytime soon either.
No,
need to get Josh and John back out here.
If you keep adding those car faces, who knows? And like as I said, everyone's listening, just start sneaking. A couple of little bobs on your dashboard won't go astray. Trust me. It can't make you slower. Well, it can if you're in cockpit and you've got to stare at that beautiful face all race. I can understand how that could be distracting. So maybe put them on the rear of the car so they distract the cars behind you. But no, man, look, we'll see you tomorrow night. We've got the R Series coming up, the non-wing Schuler Racing Series, and then wrapping it up with the limited late models for Motorwear International. But yeah, like I said prior, we'll have you back in the booth anytime we can. That part obviously firmly in your control, but something that's not out of your control. So enjoy the rest of your night, man. Happy anniversary. What a way to see it out, and go. Yeah, it's wife time now. Enjoy.
Thanks. Have a good one.
Thanks, man. Bye. All right, that was Chris Standridge. Back-to-back victories. That's such a rare moment lately in this division. We did see it in a few competitions in the past, but lately not so easy to get. So congratulations, Chris Standridge. All right, guys and girls, well, that wraps it up until tomorrow morning when we return, as we say, for the Wentworth Arts Racing Series and the Schuler Racing Series. I want to shout out Brian Angel Sr., Brent Vanderwood, who else? Not that BobbethTV guy. Josh Axton, Thomas Dennis, Chris Standridge, of course, Alan Hunt, Brock Bocker, depending on how you want to say it, JJ Martinez, Tim Brown, Kenneth McLean, Thomas Dennis, Donald Cadaray as well for the like, Dawson Potter, James Stratton. Thank you all so much. We'll see you again this time tomorrow. You know the drill there. My name's Bob. Love yous all. Bye.